Hey guys, Malcolm here, Survival Know-How, and before me we have mission 22 of BattlBox. Now last month's box, I gave away the entire BattlBox, entire mission 21 to Bushcraft Tony. He was the winner. So this month, I want to do another giveaway, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. This month, I'm going to be giving away one item out of this box, and you guys get to tell me what that one item is. So because I'm only doing one item this month, I can ship internationally. So no matter where you are in the world, I will ship you one item out of this box if you're the winner. So all you gotta do, guys, is as you're watching the video, just pick whatever item you want. One item out of here, leave a comment below with what that one item is, and if I choose you, I'll ship it to you no matter where you are in the world. So I will be announcing the winner during next month's unboxing. So I'm really excited. I don't know what's in this yet, but let's get to it. All right, so here we go. Let's open this up. Bam. All right, so mission 21, the Bushcraft man. I like it. All right, sit rep is living the life. Oh man, I'm excited. You know, I first joined BattlBox, I think it was like mission 3 or 4, and the mission right before when I joined was a Bushcraft theme, and I was always so bummed out that I missed that mission. So the Bushcraft man, that sounds pretty exciting. All right, so the first item is this heavy blanket. Wow. So you know what's really ironic is I was literally just looking at wool blankets and I was very close to buying one not that long ago. So Dave Canterbury, right? If you guys watch him, he wrote a bunch of books. You know, I'm always talking about him. The Bushcraft 101, Advanced Bushcraft. He's a big fan of wool blankets and he's always talking about them. And the reason is that they're just so damn versatile, right? You can make kind of like a makeshift sleeping bag out of this. You can make kind of a makeshift tent. You can make like a cape. You can even make hammocks out of these hammocks out of these wool blankets, just because they're so damn tough. So this is 70% wool, 30% synthetic. So he really recommends he likes using 100% wool blankets, but they are very expensive. He has one on his website, a full 100% wool blanket. I think it's 175 bucks. So you're gonna see synthetics a lot, and that's okay. This is still a very heavy blanket. It says here it is 3.5 pounds, sorry, 3 3/4 pounds. It's even got the BattlBox logo right there, which is awesome. Yeah, that's very large. I mean, this would definitely be big enough to make a makeshift tent or a sleeping bag out of. Let me wrap up in this thing. I'm actually in my garage and it gets a little chilly out here. That is nice, man. I'm pretty excited about that. I'll have to make some videos about the different stuff that you can do with wool blankets. So the next item is the Dragonfire Fatwood Fire Starter with Fire Cord Lanyard. So here we go. Okay, so it's a big chunk of fatwood. So, you know, I'm always talking about fatwood on this show. Smells pretty good. So fatwood, if you're not familiar with it, is the resin-saturated like heartwood of pine trees. All the resin kind of gets soaked up into that center core of the tree or the branch, and it's just very flammable. The resin itself is very flammable. And so this wood, it just absorbs it all. So what you do is just kind of grind off some flakes or some powder from this fatwood, you throw a spark on there, and it lights up right away. So for the lanyard, they're using fire cord, and you've seen fire cord on this channel as well. So it has a center, it's just like paracord, but it's got this little red cord inside of it that is very flammable, and you can use that to get a flame itself. So it's actually very similar to the fatwood. But very cool, man. If you guys are into bushcraft, definitely learn how to use fatwood, definitely learn how to find fatwood. It's very useful. And, you know, pine branches in general are really great for starting fires and everything, just because of all the resin that's inside of them. And a lot of times they have a really nice smell to it as well. So nice. This is a nice little chunk of fatwood that I can throw in my camping bag and bring along with me. All right, so the next item is a Mora knife. This is the Pro Bushcraft Mora knife. Very nice, guys. If you know me, you know I'm a fan of Mora knives. They are just great quality, and they are very cheap. They're like $20 to get the Mora Companion. And you can easily identify a Mora knife, right? They all have these rubber grips. They all have the same style blade here. So this is the Mora Companion that I have here. And you can see it's very similar, slightly longer blade. So I've also got the Mora Black. I keep that in my bug out bag. And that one comes with like a fire starter and some other bells and whistles. So you can see that the Mora Bushcraft, it has a deeper finger well there. This is the Mora Companion. It also has a shorter blade than the Mora Companion. And actually these tips are different as well. So pretty cool. I'll have to experiment with this and see which one I like better, the Companion or the Mora Bushcraft. So this is a $12 knife. Come on guys, you can't beat it. Even this one I think is only like 20 bucks. And they're great knives, man. And I actually like the rubber grips. A lot of guys don't like that. It's not as bushcrafty feeling, but I like the rubber grips. I've always enjoyed those. You get a nice, good grip that's not gonna go anywhere. So the next item in the basic box is the Bushcraft Bible. So I'm very excited about this. If you know me, you know I like to read books, and I've got a lot of bushcraft books. And this one seems pretty good, pretty interesting. I've never actually read this one, The Ultimate Guide to Wilderness Survival by James Henry. So some other books that I have, I've got Bushcraft 101, I've got Bushcraft Advanced Bushcraft. So these two are by Dave Canterbury, right? I'm always talking about him as well. And then I've got Survival Hacks, right? This one is by Creek Stewart. He does the Apocabox. And so this is kind of a combination of like urban and wilderness survival hacks. So some of it is kind of bushcrafty, but it's a little bit different. And I've got some other ones. I've got a book by Ray Mears, right? You know him. You've probably seen his show. So this is interesting. This is another one added to the collection. Books like this are fun for when you go camping, right? You bring this along and you just kind of look for little projects that you can explore and just try out, you know, after you get your camp all set up and you're just kind of hanging out. So I like bringing stuff like this with me on camping trips. So I'm excited about this one. I've never read this one yet, so it should be interesting. So moving on, next up we have the Zombie Tinder Pioneer Blanket Pin Striker Defense Tool and All. That is a mouthful. That is a hell of a title. So that's promising a lot. Let's see what we actually get with this. So we've seen Zombie Tinder before. And they've got some cool stuff. They have a lot of zombie themed things, but not everything's zombie themed. Okay, so here we go. So it looks like we got some old school flint and steel here. So right here we got the steel, and this is the literal chunk of flint here. And man, I've never actually successfully done this, but it's something. I think you find the sharp edge here. Oh man, I'm just breaking the fuck out of it. Okay, it's something like that. You know how this stuff goes. I'll have to research that one. But very cool, man. That'll be a lot of fun to try that. And then you also, this striker comes with this needle here. Okay, so this is, you could use this as an awl. It says you can use it as a self-defense tool. I guess something like that. I don't know about that. I mean, I guess maybe if you're fighting a bear, yeah, I wouldn't want to get. It's kind of like getting punched in the face with a nail. Oh, yeah, that would not be fun. Maybe there's probably some way you can get your fingers in there. I don't know. My fingers only go up that far. But you can also use this as a Pioneer blanket pin. So I know what they're talking about. Just like in The Hobbit, he had one of these, but I think it's like a gold oak leaf or something. And you kind of pin your blanket to it. So that's probably why they gave you a blanket as well. Let's see how well this works. So you're out in the woods, you're all bundled up with your wool blanket. So you do something like this, man. You somehow you attach this guy. So you do something like that. I'm not really sure. Somehow, I mean, that totally works. That's not going anywhere. But you just kind of punch it through the two sides, and that should keep it in place. So you do something like that, and now you got yourself a little hobbit cape. Check it out. Get your hands free, get your musket, you're ready to go. Okay, that's actually pretty nice, man. I kind of like that. Yeah, look at that, man. Hands completely free. I can do whatever I need to do. And that guy, he ain't going nowhere. All right, so the last item in the basic box is a free 1-month membership to ReadyMan, so a $10 value. So ReadyMan, we've seen them a bunch of times in these boxes. They have those little survival cards that they make with like little aluminum tools that kind of punch out. Pretty neat idea. And they also have a blog and a website and videos and all that good jazz. So you get a free membership with the BattlBox. Pretty neat. Go try it out. So let's recap the basic box, guys. This is a huge one. This is a $91 value in this month's box. And to get the basic box, it only costs you 25 bucks. It seems like a pretty good deal. So we get the free membership to Ready Man. We get the Zombie Pioneer Flint and Steel all defensive tool and Hobbit cloak pin. Cool. We get the Bushcraft Bible. All right. We get the this guy, the Dragonfire Fatwood. We get the Mora Bushcraft knife. Very nice. And then we get the 70% wool military blanket. I think this is what I'm most excited about out of this box. Just the versatility with that, and just like that old school vibe that you get with it. That you can, you don't need all these fancy hammocks and fancy tents and polyesters and hand warmers and all that stuff. You just need a good wool blanket, and you can make do with that. So that's it for everything in the basic box. You know, a book I just finished reading was The Revenant, right? You've probably all seen the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's an amazing book as well. You can get it on Audible. And, they do, it's like nothing but bushcraft, right? The guy has nothing. He's off in the woods with no knives, no tools, really just the clothes on his back. And he has to use his bushcraft skills and his knowledge to survive in the wilderness. Really interesting book. And, I'm sure he had flint and steel just like this. He probably had a wool blanket just like that. He relied on fat wood, and he relied on his trapping and his hunting skills. Really interesting book to read if you're into bushcraft. The Revenant, it's the book that the movie was based off of, and it's actually loosely based off of a true story. Like, that situation really did happen. So let's move on to the advanced box. So the first item is this guy, which caught my eye immediately when I opened up this box. Check him out. Talk about old school. So this is the large bushcraft style canvas rucksack. All right, so this is just an old school canvas rucksack, man. I like it. So, when your grandparents were kids and they used to go camping, they probably had something just like this. They probably had a wool blanket just like that. Very cool, man. I'm excited about this one. I'm digging this. So it's got one big pouch in the front here, two smaller ones back there. Like, it's got a freaking drawstring up here. It's got one pouch inside, and then just a lot of space, surprisingly. A lot of space. Got the flap here with the buckles. And then, okay, these feel very comfortable. These are some, a little bit more modern style, it looks like. But these feel like some nice, thick, comfortable straps, which is okay with me. And then you just got some tightening straps here and a handle. So very neat, man. I am definitely digging this. And this is straight up like the old canvas material, You see a lot of guys, they'll take like beeswax and they'll really like work it into the actual fabric here. And that'll help completely waterproof your canvas bag. So next up, we have something by Wazoo Survival. We've seen them before as well. And we have is, they call it their Viking whetstone. Okay, it's got a little leather strap. And that's it. It's just a whetstone for sharpening your knife. Again, old school, okay? Again, this is probably what your grandparents had to sharpen their knives with. So, if you're not familiar with these, what you do is you spit on them. And then you can sharpen your knife on this whetstone. If you guys watch MCQ Bushcraft, right? He actually has a stone that he found out on a beach, and he grinded it away until it was really nice and flat, and that's what he uses to sharpen his knife with, which is really neat. So this is just an old school way of sharpening your knife, So this is just sticking with the old school bushcraft theme, man. I like it. I don't really know about the Viking. It's called the Viking whetstone. I don't really get the Viking reference. I don't know. I guess Vikings use whetstones. Yeah, huh? I guess what else are they going to use? All right, so that's it for the advanced box. We have the Viking whetstone, and then we have this awesome canvas rucksack here. All right, so next up is something I am also excited about, and that is this item, which is by the Pathfinder's Knife Shop, right? Pathfinder School of Survival. That's Dave Canterbury's school there. He wrote, Bushcraft 101, Advanced Bushcraft. This is his knife making kit. So you can make and assemble your own knife. How cool is that? So here we go. This is the blade and the tang. And then this is the wooden handle here. So it looks pretty simple, right? Pretty much you just put the two sides of the handle on there and you hammer in the pins holding it together. But you can really customize this a little bit, man. If you wanted to go out in the woods and get your own wood and carve it into a handle like this, and then you pin that to this blade, you know, there's nothing stopping you from doing that. And it looks like a real nice blade, pretty long. It's got a nice little finger well there. So how cool is that, guys? You can pull out a giant ass knife like this and be like, yeah, I made that. See that handle? That's the cherry tree from my backyard. Or see those antlers there? That's from a deer that I shot and killed. You know, whatever, man. And so, looks like a fun little project. Nice solid blade, a nice solid tang. And just in case you're wondering, so this is a $50 kit if any of you guys want to go buy one yourself. All right, then along with the Pro Box, so in the basic box, you got the Ready Man basic membership. In the Pro Box, you get the Ready Man premium membership. So that's a $20 value instead of the $10 value that comes with the basic membership. All right. So that is it for the Pro Box, guys. So you get the Pathfinder School Survival Knife Making Kit, and you get the premium membership with Ready Man. All right, finally on to the Pro Plus, or the Knife of the Month box. This is the moment you guys have all been waiting for to see what the Knife of the Month is. And this Knife of the Month, holy cow. This Knife of the Month is by Tops Knives. So ladies and gentlemen, this little beauty is the Tops Knife Cub. So this is the compact utility blade, the Cub. You know, that kind of looks like a cub, right? That looks like a pretty fitting name. Compact utility blade. So this is a 3 3/4 inch 1095 high carbon steel with a stone washed finish, tan micarta scales. It comes with a ballistic nylon sheath and a bow drill divot. That's that guy right there. With a modified Scandi grind. So I actually really like that grind. It's got a really unique look to it. So there we go. I like the bow drill as well. So this is definitely like a little compact bushcraft knife. Very unique style blade, this one. But Tops Knives, right, they're a great company. They got a great reputation. But it's just a nice compact knife. Got a nice nylon sheath with got a little pouch here to stick your whetstone in. And of course, it's got a bunch of different ways of attaching this to yourself, right? You got your molly gear here. You can stick it on your belt buckle, you know, a few different options. I got a feeling I'm gonna get a lot of comments below from you guys saying that you want this knife, and you know what? Go for it, man. If you guys want this knife, you can have it. So, that is it. That is the final item in Mission 22, the Pro Plus box. So together, a $338 value. So, now it's up to you guys. Now you have to choose what one item you want me to give to you. Just leave it down in the comment section below. You can leave a comment or just say whatever the one item is, all right? So you're probably not going to remember the names of everything, so I'm going to have links to everything down in the description. The full content of this box you can find down in the description. Go through it, pick what one item you want. If it was me, if I was in your shoes, I think, man, there's 4 items I'm really excited about. The canvas rucksack is very cool. The wool blanket is very cool. If you guys are trying to go for like just the most expensive item, you probably want the Tops knife. This is a $120 knife. But of course the Dave Canterbury knife making kit is also pretty cool, and that's a $50 knife. And then, you know, this little $12 more, man, that's a pretty nice knife too. Don't underestimate that guy. But yeah, I'd say these 4 items are probably what I'm most excited about. If you guys have any friends that you think might be interested in winning some of this stuff, share the video on Facebook, Twitter, wherever. Let them know. All they gotta do is just comment below. That's it. Piece of cake. All right, I'll announce the winner next month or in the next month's BattlBox unboxing. Until then, remember guys, knowledge weighs nothing. So long.